seems like your teams and against Ole Miss have kind of been like a firework kind of matchup right till the end. Just what do you look back on at last year, and how do you look at the matchup this year?
Well, when I think of the Ole Miss games, I think of we all want to play better defense. They've been great offensive games, right? I mean, we made an incredible comeback and won that game in overtime. The year before, it was a track meet. It's a game that our fan base loves to play against Ole Miss. But I think we would both say that we're looking to play championship level defense. And I think Ole Miss was closer to that last year with the group that they put together. Now it's our job to put together a championship defense at LSU, and I think we're closer to that.
You've had the opportunity to coach against Alabama now 3 times. It's obviously one of the biggest rivalries in the conference, but there's also been 2 different coaches. How has that changed going to prepare against Alabama from a Nick Saban coach team to a Kalen DeBoer coach team?
Well, look, I've played him 5 times because I played him twice at Notre Dame, and the one characteristic is physicality in the trenches. Alabama has been the most physical team that I've gone against as a head coach. They showed that and displayed that against us last year. That's why it was so important for us to upgrade there, especially on the defensive line. We felt like we got pushed around a little bit. So I would say there's some great similarities to Coach Saban's teams and Coach DeBoer's in that they recognize that this game is still one up front, and Alabama recognizes that. Now, do they have terrific skill players? Absolutely, right? We could talk about them all day. But I think it starts with the trenches, and I think it starts with the ability to maintain a standard that has been set at Alabama, and I think Kalen's done that as well.
Garrett Nussmeier.
Yep.
He's not a hired gun. It's not like you threw a bunch of money, hey, come play for us. He loves LSU. He grew up in it. Just what does that mean when you're the face of your team and your leader is that guy?
He represents LSU. He represents the state of Louisiana. I mean, he is our guy. I mean, he's waited for this opportunity. He loves LSU. And so you want to follow a guy like that because he's got all the things that you're looking for in a player. Committed, passionate, focused. He's got leadership ability. And he can whip the ball around the yard when you need to. Now, the thing that he brings to the table, as I said in many of these settings, experience is the best teacher, and he's got experience, and he's got some adversity that he had to overcome along the way. I will take that kind of quarterback anytime in the SEC, because when you go on the road, when you start with Death Valley, you bring a freshman into Death Valley, you better be ready for the backup to get in there too. That's my point, is that experience and a guy that has the traits that represent LSU is our starting quarterback. How cool is that?
Garrett, what do you like to tell people about this LSU team and the wide receivers, and also about the running game this year that might be different?
Yeah. Well, for one, just in general about the team, I think it's the closest team that I've ever been on at LSU, just as far as the brotherhood and the camaraderie within the locker room. As far as the receiver room, I mean, I don't think that we have a receiver that runs over a 4.4. So that's exciting. A lot of versatility and a lot of speed. And, the run game, I think, has been a big emphasis for us in improving in that area. And I think you'll see a lot of versatility just as far as getting guys the ball in different ways.
You said a couple of weeks ago, you're not Joe, you're not Jaden, I'm me. How important is individuality to you, especially letting people know the kind of quarterback you are?
Yeah, it's huge to me. I think, obviously with the track record that LSU quarterbacks have in the past, it's not a thing of disrespect. I have a lot of respect for Jaden, a lot of respect for Joe, and what they were able to accomplish in their second years, and also, respectively in their first years as well. But, as I've said before, at the end of the day, I'm me. I'm Garrett Nussmeier. I'm a son of Christ. I'm a follower of God, and that's who I am. That's who God made me to be, and I'm worried about improving myself, being the best that I can be in order to help lead us to where we want to go.